Hi, my name's Ken. Welcome along to this F2 English Conversations course for beginners. This is lesson number 3. I'm going to give you some top tips for lesson number 3 on how to get the best from this lesson. Now, the topics that we're going to cover in lesson number 3 are to talk about your height, some basic numbers, countries and nationalities, and also what you do in your free time. Now, this is for beginner English students, so the vocabulary can be quite basic and so can the structures. Everything that we're going to cover will also be in the present simple tense. When we're speaking English, as you probably know already, we have a rhythm when we speak. It sounds a bit like this. So it's a really good habit when you're learning English to get used to this rhythm when you speak. It helps us to be more smooth, more clear, and better pronunciation with your English. So if you listen to this example, you can actually hear the rhythm when I'm speaking. How tall is Jane? How tall is Jane? When we're talking about numbers, for example, in this example I'm going to show you, the sentence is Paula's 1.4 meters tall. Now, when we speak this, the numbers we actually put together. So it becomes Paula's 1.4 meters tall. Paula's 1.4 meters tall. So if you can get into the habit with that, we don't say 1.4 meters. We put it all together. So this is a good habit to get into. If you haven't listened to this, you'll see what I mean. Paula's 1.4 meters tall. Paula's 1.4 meters tall. And this example also, the question is, how tall is Jane? But because tall and is has a vowel sound, we can put it together. So it becomes, how tall is Jane? How tall is Jane? How tall is Jane? So this is a good habit to practice. Another example of linking sounds is this sentence here. He's from Scotland. He's from Scotland. He's from Scotland. And he's Scottish. He is Scottish. Again, we can make this smaller with one sound, if you like. So it becomes, he's Scottish. It's a very smooth sound. He's Scottish. Because he's an S sound and Scottish is an S sound, we can join it together. So it becomes, he's Scottish. Not he is Scottish, but he's Scottish. Have a listen. He's from Scotland. He's Scottish. He's from Scotland. He's Scottish. In this example as well, where does he come from? Again, to make this smoother, we'll join it together and it becomes, where does he come from? Where does he come from? Because he and does are two words that often go together, or does and he with a question. So it becomes, where does he come from? Where does he come from? Where does he come from? And again, with this answer, we can make it a little bit smoother. The answer is, no, he isn't. He's from Scotland. So if we're speaking smoothly, it becomes, no, he isn't. No, he isn't. Isn't is not isn't. So no, he isn't. He comes from Scotland. The S sound is very important in English, and if you do it correctly, you can sound very, very smooth and fluent. So for example, no, he isn't. He comes from. So within the lesson, watch out for the S sounds and practice this smoothness for speaking. Have a listen. No, he isn't. He's Scottish. No, he isn't. He's Scottish. When we have longer sentences, again, we will break them into sections. So if you, in this sentence that's coming up, I'm going to read this from here. In my free time, I watch TV or read a book. In my free time, I watch TV or read a book. Now, because this is a long sentence, remember the rhythm. So with this sentence, we can use that and say, in my free time, I watch TV or read a book. In my free time, I watch TV or read a book. Or sometimes we can have this by itself, just one sound. And the sound before is separate and the sound after is separate. So in my free time, I watch TV or read a book. Read a book. Have a listen to it. In my free time, I watch TV or read a book. In my free time, I watch TV or read a book. My hobbies are playing guitar and taking photos. My hobbies are playing guitar and taking photos. I like to relax by reading books. I like to relax by reading books. Another one. My hobbies are playing guitar and taking photos. My hobbies are playing guitar and taking photos. Again, it's a long sentence, so we'll break it down into the rhythm. So it becomes my hobbies are playing guitar and taking photos. My hobbies are playing guitar and taking photos. My hobbies are playing guitar and taking photos. And the last one there is, I like to relax by reading books. 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 This last one, he enjoys traveling in his free time. So we can make this a shorter sound into two sections. And watch out for the S sound. He enjoys traveling. He enjoys traveling in his free time. He enjoys traveling in his free time. So practice this rhythm within this lesson. So I hope you find it useful, and good luck with your English.